Doo-doo-doo. Hey, kia ora. Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Surprise in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic sparkling day. Welcome to Before the Dirt Nap podcast number 1734. Yes, getting up there in the numbers. Oh, today we're talking about de-stressing. Yes, de-stressing. So when you get those stressful moments in life, how do you handle them? And it could be that, you've had a stressful day. You need to relax before you go to bed. It could be something stressful comes up during the day. Today I actually helped myself not to stress so much about Zeffy going to the dog sitters tomorrow. I don't know what it is. I know the dog sitter is absolutely amazing. Zeffy loves her time there. She gets to play with the kids. They've got 2 dogs now. I got to remember they only have 2 dogs now. Their oldest dog passed away in January. And that was the golden doodle. But now they've got the 2 small ones. They've got the Chihuahua and the Pomeranian. And Zeffy loves playing with the little dogs. But tonight I just got everything ready. Her bag is packed, ready to go tomorrow morning. I would have had time to pack it in the morning, but I probably would have stressed out a little bit about it because knowing me in the mornings and stuff, I have my morning routines and trying to fit that in of packing her stuff. But her bag is packed, and she sat there and watched me. She watched me count out the cups for her dog food into the containers, watched me get her treats ready. She even got a treat as well. But she watched me get everything, all of her medication stuff, everything, and it's all in there. And I'm like looking at this bag going, okay, and ticking off what I had to put in there. And I'm like, I still feel like something is missing. And then I said to Zeffia, she's laying down on her bed in the family room, and I said, Joseph, do you want to put one of your blankets in there just in case you need it? Just thinking of her comfort. And she kind of like sat up and put her ears up like, my blanket? Okay. And I go, which one would you like? Would you like the gray one, the blue one, or the purple one? So we settled on the purple one, and that one's now folded up and tucked into her bag, ready to go. So I'm actually kind of proud of myself because I did it and it wasn't stressful doing it. It means I'm not going to stress tomorrow morning. We just pick up the bag, put her in the car, and off we go. So that's taken care of. So that was one less thing I have to do. And then I'm like thinking about, okay, so tomorrow I have to. And then I'm like, I don't have to do that stuff tomorrow. There is stuff I can do this evening that I can get out of the way so I don't have to worry about it tomorrow. So there's a planning thing in process. And it seems whenever I come up to doing any trips, going away or anything, vacation times, I start getting stressed out a few days beforehand. I start not sleeping very well because my brain's going, oh, we're going to remember to take this. I've got to remember to do that. I've got to da-da-da-da-da-da. And this list keeps going in my brain. But I'm looking at my list of things to do, and I've already put a stop on the mail. I've already notified the postal service on that one. I've got a couple of things to do. I've got my containers ready for my meal prepping that I'm going to do for when I'm traveling on the road. So I've got meals and snacks to have along the way. And I'm going to be cooking up some stuff tonight for those. That'll give it time to cook them. Make other stuff with them as well, and decide what I'm going to do with things. There's going to be into the different containers, and there'll be different things done with quinoa. I love quinoa. It's a great replacement for rice. It's got it's a plant-based protein. So it's really just good. I like it. And in the car, I have a silverware set. Was actually not silver. It's rainbow colored. I don't have if I had my shake thing in here, I would show it to my cup that I use for shakes. I would show it to you because I have the rainbow colored straw to go with the others. But I'm not stressing about anything yet. I know I've got to do laundry, so I'll start doing that tonight. I'll get most of the laundry done tonight. And then I can pack when I get back from dropping Zeffy off. I can go spray the yard with the weed killer. That way I don't have to worry about waiting for it to dry before she gets out in the backyard. I could have done it today, but then it meant leaving her inside while I was outside spraying, and I just didn't really feel like doing that. I had other work that was more that I had to do as well. So I had projects I was working on. But it's just taking that time for, we're coming up to driving and all of that, and I'm sort of like thinking, okay, so I'm pulling out notes from one of the shows I did with Nicole on energy. And we did one, it was called Energy Pick-Me-Ups. And so we're talking about different ideas for energy pick-me-ups. So I have all of my little protein snacks ready to go. I've been working out what I'm going to do for meals and stuff for eating on the road. Usually when I'm driving, I would sometimes like go through a drive-through or something and pick up, a meal somewhere like a Burger King or a Carl's Jr. or Jack in the Box, something along the road where I'll pick up something. But I'm like, no, this time we are not going to do that. We are going to we're going to take a meal with us. And so we can either sit in the car and we can get to a rest area and we can either go sit at a table in the rest area, or we can sit in the car, depending on what the temperature is outside, what the weather is outside, and have a picnic in the car. And I'm like, done. I've got my electrical cooler. That'll be going on tomorrow morning to start cooling it down. And then tomorrow night I can start putting stuff into there, so I don't have to rush and do it on in the morning. All I have to do on Thursday morning is take it out to the car and plug it in. And that will be the last thing that I do before I hit the road. We'll be going out to the car and plugging it in. I've done, I've got to check my oil. That was the thing I have to check. So I've got to check my oil. I know that it doesn't need to be replaced just yet, but I do have to check the oil levels. So that's one thing on my plate I have to do tomorrow. And I do have to go out tonight to go and get me some unsweetened vanilla almond milk. And if I can't find that, I'll just get the unsweetened almond milk because I need to make up it's part of my recipe things for what I'm going to do, because Nicole keeps showing these really cool parfaits with chia seed parfaits. And I'm like, oh, I just want the chia seed part. There's something about chia seeds that I love. I love chia seeds, although I am happy with getting protein in me. If I get protein in me, I'm good. And I got to make sure I put my shaker in there as well, because I have my protein powders with me. And I've got my canister, I've got two 64-ounce canisters I'm going to fill up with filtered water, and they're stainless steel, so I don't have to worry about buying bottled water and worrying about the plastic chemical stuff leaking into the bottles, leading from the bottles into the water. So I've got it all going on, and it's getting there. But I'm stressing out because I know I'm probably going to get to tomorrow night. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. But I have a plan. And so I was thinking, what else could I do to help me de-stress? And I can put on one of my oil diffusers where I've got like lavender, sandalwood, chamomile, some of those arrangements I've got in there. There's one called Calm. No, not Calm. What's that one? What is that one? I can't remember what that one is. But I can have the aromatherapy going in the bedroom to help me. So the Serenity, that's what I was trying to think of. I can have that in the bedroom to help me sleep. I can make myself a cup of tea while I'm working and just have that, because I have some tea which is really nice and soothing. And I can do deep breathing exercises. There's different techniques that you can do. And I also remember that Nicole one time on one of her shows, I have to remember which one it was, but you lay down on the floor with your butt up against the floor, your legs up the wall, so you're in an L shape, and you just lay there. And while you're laying there, you just start doing these deep breathings, and you do it before you go to bed every night, about 15 minutes before you go to bed. And you take these deep breaths in through your mouth, and then you use your lungs and your diaphragm to push out the air while you're laying down. And if you want to know if you're getting your air in enough, when I was doing singing lessons back in New Zealand, we had to lay on the floor with our hands on our belly, because we weren't allowed to breathe up here. We weren't allowed to go, because our shoulders would lift while we were singing. We had to do it from the diaphragm and not do it from the shoulders. So from the upper lung area, we had to do it in the lower lung area. So we weren't seen going, really weird. But we had to lay on the floor, and we had to feel our stomachs going up and down, and it makes a big difference. And then also using your diaphragm to push it all out as well. Doing things like dancing or taking a walk can also help de-stress as well. Put on some of that favorite music that you have, either a meditation type music or something that you can dance to. You can use music for meditation. You can do guided meditation. On my phone, I have the Calm app on there, and they have really cool stuff on there. They have different guided meditations. They also have, let's see if I can find the breathing. So you come in here, it says take a breath. They also have, let's see if I can find it in here. They have the different soundscapes, so you can listen to those. They have these really cool stories, even ones that you can fall asleep to. They did have, and I always keep losing it. They have in here somewhere a thing with breathing, and you can watch the little circle, the dot. There's a dot that moves around in a circle. Let's see. Where's the breathing thing? Breathing. Let's see what that shows. Yeah, so there's different ones that you can do. See, like this one here. This one is called Energize. It's an advanced breathing technique. It says boost your energy and alertness. Techniques, Energize Breath 4-2. So it actually has a, if you can see that, it has a little wheelie thingy in the middle there that expands as you breathe. And if you do the start, so that's you pulling the breath in, and that's you pushing the breath out. Breathing in, and then breathing out. So you just follow the little circle as it goes around. I will tell you, this app saved me so much, especially when I was, when Brad had to go visit like his doctors and whatnot. Where was the one that we used to do all the time? Oh, we did the balance one. It was breathe in for 4, breathe out for 2, breathe in for 4. Actually, no, that wasn't the right one. Then you got the deep belly breathing for restore, 5 and 5. Focus, the box breath, 4 in, 4 out, 4 in, 4 out. Yeah, but there was, they just had one at the time. Now they have a collection of different ones depending on what you're doing. Like this one's relaxed, so it's breathe in for 4, out for 6. And again, you would hit the start button here and you just follow it. Breathe in, oops, breathe out. And I tell you, breathing out for 6 seconds is hard when you've only been breathing in for 4. But you just follow the thing. And I would sit there out in the waiting room just watching this and just keeping in time with that little dot as it moved around the circle and hit the different points. And that helped relax me a lot and be better prepared for when we went in to hear whatever it was the doctor had to say, especially when it came to getting results. So that was a huge help. They have guided meditations on there. They have daily movements where it's like a 5-minute thing. And sometimes the woman will do breathing. Sometimes she'll do a little bit of exercise. There's some really cool fun movement things in there as well. And they also have, like if you're going to sleep at night, you can actually go to sleep. And if you see Matthew McConaughey, who has been interviewed on different, like especially on the Graham Norton show, this one I remember, they talk about him being the voice on Calm and reading people bedtime stories. And I think it was Michael Bublé. He likes going to sleep listening to Matthew McConaughey's stories on the Calm app. And he was interviewed about that as well, and about how his wife would say, oh, not that guy again. But his voice is very, very soothing. So you can go to sleep with Matthew McConaughey every night if you like. I've never actually tried any of the stories. The only problem with me with the stories, the one time I did listen to a story, is I wouldn't go to sleep till the story ended because I wanted to hear how the story ended. It's just that kind of person in me. Journaling is another way that you can help release stress as well. You then pour out in your writing, and we're talking pen and paper. Put into your writing what it is that you are freaked out about, what you're stressing about, and you'll be surprised at how that helps. Doing some stretching can also help relieve physical tension and when you release the physical tension, it can help your body and your mind relax even more. Connecting with friends or pets. Zeffie is a great stress relief. I just go up, pick her up, and give her hugs. She's not much of a huggy type of dog, but she'll just sort of like just sit there in my arms and just like do nothing. And you just see her eyes. She won't even move her head. You just see her eyes moving around, and her ears are kind of flattened down. Like, how long do I have to stay here? When can I start moving? Finding ways to laugh. Laughter is like one of the best stress relievers anywhere. In TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, and even on YouTube, I have reels and shorts and other videos that are bookmarked that are just hilarious, that will catch me laughing every time. And if I need a good laugh, I'll start just going through that list and just watching these stupid, funny movies all the time. Because, what can I say? I like my funny stuff. I have a friend who I share videos with, and she shares videos with me, and we try and find the funniest ones that we can. Some of them you got to listen to, some of them are just a visual thing, but we get good laughs out of it. Sometimes especially if you enjoy cooking, going into the kitchen and preparing your favorite recipe or a new recipe can be a way to unwind. I enjoy cooking, and so I like being in the kitchen preparing meals and things. And so I find it very soothing. There are nights where I'm just sort of like tense up. I'm like, I've got no idea what I'm going to cook. Do I want this? Do I want that? Nope. And then I just go and sit down. I don't even make anything. I end up making anything because I get myself so stressed out trying to decide what I'm going to make for dinner that night. Even though I know that in the refrigerator, I've got this sitting there and I've got that sitting there. It just takes, about 5 minutes to cook it all up. Won't even touch it. It's just too much stress. Practicing gratitude is another way to de-stress as well. I've got my gratitude journal that sits here. You've all seen it. I just sit down and just start writing in it. Oh, I haven't written anything today. I wrote the date for yesterday and haven't written anything. Oh, no wonder my days have been a little crazy. That explains things. When I start working on that and I sit down and I start writing in it before I do anything in the office here each morning, I find it's a very calming way to start the day. And I just noticed that I put down yesterday's date and I haven't written anything next to yesterday's date, and I haven't even written in there today either. So I'm sort of like, well, I guess what we're going to be doing this evening. So practicing gratitude is a great way to start the day because it raises your vibration. And when you've got your vibration raised, stress can't live in a raised vibration. So it gets out of there. Mindful breathing. We've talked about that with the Calm app. Another one that I have found really, really helpful. And I read about this. No, it was on one of like the TikTok videos or the reels. It was on one of those. And it was probably about a couple of months ago, and Zeffy started doing this. This is hilarious. So my little dog. Yes, Zeffy, I'm talking about you. Zeff. Hey, sweetie girl. I saw those ears twitch. There you are. So she started doing this as well. But I get it. And on the video, it says, get into bed, get comfortable, like in the position that you normally go to sleep in, get into that position, get yourself comfortable, and then do 3 deep breaths. And as you blow the air out, do a ha, or it could be a ha, just some way get ha. You could either sing it out, you could just ha, but make it long, or just, so you can use whichever tone you want to get it out. But I will tell you this, I get into bed at night, I read for a little bit, and then I put my Kindle down. I will tell you, I'm not reading as long as I normally read. For some reason lately, I get into bed and I might read 2 to 3 pages, maybe 4, and then my eyes are just and I'm like dropping the Kindle on my chest and so like falling asleep, holding onto the Kindle, and then it falls and I pick it up, and so like, yeah, okay, we'll just close that and go to sleep. But I get into that position, and that first ha that I do, I feel my body like literally melting into the mattress, and just sort of like completely relaxing. And then I do it twice more. Zeffy doesn't do it as often as I do it, but I was sitting here one day. She was laying on the chair there asleep, and she gets up, she turns around and she lays back down. And then the next thing I hear out of her is, she was doing this long. And I was just like, I just started cracking up laughing. And then that night we got into bed that evening, and got all comfy and everything else. And she did it again, as and I'm like, okay, you're picking. And so she does it every now and again. Like she'll get up, turn around, and you know how they just get up and they just spin around for a little bit until they get that comfy. Yep, this looks about right. Drop down. Yeah, she doesn't just relax down. She just plops. And then you might hear out of her, and I just look, it'll go on for, and I'm watching this. I'm like, oh, I've got to record it. And by the time I turn around with the phone, she's already stopped. But anyway, so those are just a few things that you can do to help de-stress. And if you're getting ready to go on a trip, have the plan written down on what you need to do beforehand, and the days you're going to do it on, so that you're not leaving everything to the last minute and you're up to 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I have been there. I have done that. And I've been driving for 6 hours on Thursday. There ain't no way in heck I'm staying up that late. I want to get a good night's sleep before I get on the road. So I'm going to use all my de-stress. And unfortunately, Zeffy won't be in the house, which is going to be a little bit of a stress on me because she's not going to be there for that night. And I don't sleep well when she's not in the house. So, but I have my de-stressing techniques ready to rock and roll. I'm going to have the diffuser on that night with the Serenity blend going to help me get to sleep. I've got some oils. I can do my lemon, peppermint, and lavender oil mix that you take 3 drops of each into 1 ounce of water, put it into your mouth and just let it sit there under your tongue for as long as you can, for about 30 seconds, swirl it around and swallow it. That usually knocks me out most nights. I got my sleep patch I'm going to put on. I am like, yeah, I'm just sort of like, got my things that I'm going to be doing and that sort of thing, to whatever I can to help my body relax and get a good night's sleep before I have to drive the next day. And then I am working on all my snacks and meals for it's a 6-hour drive, and yes, I'm going to have meals and stuff made and things like that. And then before I do the return trip home, I will do some more meal prep and get that stuff ready to go as well. So yeah, it's just like taking the time and figuring out what are my triggers. I know I need protein. I know my body works best on protein. And Nicole looks at me the other day and she goes, "Are you O on your blood type?" I went, "Yeah, O neg." She's like, "It figures. That's why I want so much protein, and I love my red meat." Yeah, those of us O neg, which is very few of us. Yeah, O neg, we can give to anybody, but we can only take blood from other O negative people. And I already have, and I have a list of people who have O negative blood. I'm on their list as well. So if the hospital doesn't have any O neg blood, then I know who to call. So yeah, because we're apparently a rare breed. It's a rare blood type, O neg. It's not very common to have, but I managed to find 3 people that have O neg, and I'm on their list. They're on my list. We're ready to rock and roll. So yeah, but we need lots of protein, especially red meat. So yeah, so find when you're getting ready to depart on a trip, and you usually get stressed out because you got to pack, you got to do this. Have I got this done? Have I got that done? And then you're like thinking of things at the last minute. Give yourself a few days. Take a few days to do it. Yes, I know there are those people, and I can do this at the last minute. Just open a suitcase and throw stuff in there and go, if I don't have it, I don't have it. It's as simple as that. But I always make sure I have, and because I'm driving, I'm taking my body pillow and my head pillow. I'm taking my pillow and my body pillow with me, because I know that whatever bed I sleep on, as long as I have my own pillows, I'm usually pretty good at being able to sleep, unless it's a really, really hard bed. Then, yeah, that's just not going to work. But if I have my body pillow with me and I have my head pillow with me, then we're going to be good. So, yeah, so those are the only things I make sure I have. So as soon as I get home tomorrow from dropping her off, the whole thing in the back seat, that is all of her stuff, her seat cover and everything, will be coming out of the car. And so I can prep the back to put the stuff in that I need to put in there. But there's not a lot going in there because I'm going to be bringing home more stuff than I'm taking with me, because I'm clearing out my one and only locker still left, storage locker left in San Diego. Had I taken my keys with me in October, I could have brought the stuff home with me then, but totally forgot to do that. So that is on the list to do this week. So anyway, that's it from us. What are some ideas that you have to de-stress? Let us know in the comments what are some of your favorite de-stressing techniques that you use. And we will catch you guys back here tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Pacific. And I will tell you this, from Thursday onwards until I get home, I have no idea what time I'm going to be on. It'll probably be around 8 p.m. at night by the time I get the kids to bed and everything else, and just take a moment to breathe before I come online. So we'll probably be, so from Thursday the 2nd of May onwards until I get back home again, we're going to probably be doing the lives around 8 o'clock in the evening, Pacific time. So anyway, I'm out of here. We'll be back tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Pacific. Have a super fantastic sparkling evening. He konera.